Well, of course, the big question remains, what real impact do these commissions have in delivering justice and accountability? Well, helping us to unpack this is retired Constitutional Court Justice Johann Kriegler. Justice, very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for making the time to come to studio for us. Amidst all of these developing stories that we are currently uncovering in the country, I want to start with this commission, this latest commission that President Cyril Ramaphosa has now established. Just the role, particularly when you listen to the concerns around the independence of the commission, the role of the commission itself, especially when you consider that there are these concerns of possible executive influence. So how can the commission recommendations be made, be made binding? And that is of top concern. But let's start then with this, the route this commission will take and just the role of it.
Unati, thank you for inviting me. I want to say that if you're not worried and concerned at the moment, you're not informed. The allegations and counter-allegations are certainly confusing and concerning. Commission of inquiry is a tool, a political tool used by the head of state in given circumstances. You can't say it's good or it's bad. It's as good or as bad as the people who run it. It is as good as bad as the people who appointed it. It's as good or as bad as the people to whom it reports. It's just part of a cog in a machine. You can't judge it alone.
And in terms of, just ensuring that there is some form of, a binding results that will emanate from this commission, at least ensuring some form of an effective parliamentary or even judicial follow-up, do you think?
Unati, all one can say is that the quality of the work that is produced and the effect of the outcome of the findings of the commission depends on a lot of people. It's not an objective, predictable result. It will depend on how well the job is done, and much more importantly, how effectively the report of the judge is implemented. The commission doesn't have any executive power. It reports to the executive. The executive must take the action.
I mean, when we draw from, the lessons from the State Capture Commission, one then wonders what structural safeguards need to happen here. And perhaps, Judge, just speak to us about, those safeguards that should be adopted by the commission to ensure that thorough interrogation, when you look at some of those allegations that have been leveled, interrogation of police, prosecutorial, as well as perhaps even intelligence failures.
Don't just look at this State Capture Commission. It's only one of many commissions that we've had in the recent years. I would much rather look at the Nugent Commission, which was more comparable to this particular commission, which had a much narrower mandate. The Zondo Commission had a mandate as wide as the Lord's mercy, and it had an enormously wide and long job to do. It had to investigate a multitude of different fields of government activity. The current commission, the Madlala Commission, has a very much narrower mandate. It is looking at the particular government institutions that are involved in Deputy Commissioner, Provincial Commissioner Mkonazi's allegations and those surrounding it.
And you mentioned, of course, the report that will come out of this commission. Let's look at then the role of the acting Deputy Chief Justice Madlanga. I mean, he is going to assume all of this once he retires at the end of July of 2025. He is then given the ability to issue out these interim reports. We understand after 3 months, then after 6 months, one then would imagine that the full report will emanate from that. How will his leadership style also influence how things are done?
I think that the fact that the President has chosen a very senior, experienced judge as a positive sign. I think that the fellow members of the Commission are equally positive signs.
Yeah.
Two widely experienced senior counsel with considerable ability in public affairs and public law. I think we can have every confidence in the identity of the Commission. I think we can have every confidence in the mandate that they have given. The terms of reference seem specific and quite limited.
Yeah, Justice, I've got a few moments left, unfortunately, but one of the important things is, of course, the public. I mean, the public sentiment around this matter. A number of South Africans really unhappy about the high levels of crime, but also not appreciating that another commission has been established. Yeah. How should the Commission balance transparency on the one hand through these public hearings, but on the other hand also mention make sure that there is that need to protect sensitive intelligence and also witnesses, whistleblowers potentially?
Yes.
How do they navigate that?
They can only motivate it by using their vast experience in the judicial process as it is. As you say, there's a balance between transparency and confidentiality. I think that this panel, this commission, has well equipped and well experienced to be able to keep that balance.
Absolutely, Justice. Thank you so much for coming to our studio and making the time and just helping us unpack all of these developments. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That is, of course, the retired Constitutional Court Justice Johann Kriegler.